Oh no.
What's
Hello.
going on?
What's up,
Look.
y'all? We are live. We are happy. It's podcast Wednesday. What's up, Queen?
Chilling Queen. We back live and full effect. And it's December 1st, baby. Come on, let's get it.
December 1. It's definitely December 1. It's definitely going down. We are at the end of the year.
The 12th month, baby. What? January 12th almost
here. That birthday coming.
What? 112, baby. 112.
That birthday is a coming,
I've
y'all.
been locked around this thing.
Listen, y'all. We are in month 12. We are in the month of December. We are in the last month of the last quarter of the year. 2021 is done.
Done. Boop, put a stamp on it.
It's
Man,
done.
look, this has been a great year. Baby, look, that's all I can say. Like, my year, 2021 don't owe me shit's nick. Nothing.
It's been a very
interesting. Yeah.
Very eye-opening year. It's been wonderful. We've been able to experience a lot. We did our podcast tour this year. So
it was fulfilling.
Everything, y'all, was beautiful. We had a beautiful 2021. Even with, we know that a lot of people, we had the pandemic still going on.
Pandemic still going on. Lost people.
Yes. I mean, so we had a lot of things that happened this year that are, not the best. But we also have had some really great things happen. We've seen some thousands of businesses flourish and just take off. And
I mean, like crazy.
People have really been in entrepreneurship roles and taken on a whole lot more this year. So I think that the pandemic opened the eyes to a lot of what is going on and what's available to you in this world. People got to see more.
They got to see, and then people really started believing in themselves and stopped doubting themselves.
Yes.
That's what I seen that, and I just seen people just take that risk.
Yes.
Like, look, I'm finna throw in all my cards. I'm finna do it. Hey, as people say, if they fail, it's on me, but I tried.
And that's how I feel. I've been I got a friend girl that told me that. She was like, Shell, if you fail, what the hell?
You did it.
She said, like, she was like, she actually put up a status about it one day, but she was like, we do a whole lot of planning. We'll do years of planning and then it'll fail after years, but we'll sit and know that we can do it and it may maximize. So like sometimes even the time frame can still, if you take 5 years to get to something, it still can fail. So why not, if you got the idea and you got the production and you have the resources, go for it.
You got to, man. It's just a must.
Yeah.
It's just a must. And especially if it keep bothering you. Every time you turn around, here it go. There it is. You're thinking about it. You're dreaming about it. You're seeing others. And you just like, man, I want to do it. But like we said last week, resources, fear will keep you from a lot of stuff in life. And man, let me tell y'all, fear ain't nothing but the devil.
It has kept people from so much.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but the devil. But man, you just got to try it. You can't say what you can and would not do if you ain't actually went out there and succeeded. Just like my boy Eric T.A.T. that I be listening to, like he said, man, look, if you want to be successful, you got to want to succeed so bad that you want to succeed more than you breathe.
On life.
like that, and look, you got to breathe to live. And when he said that, I was like, heck yeah, come on now.
We gotta be firm believers in knowing that your craft gotta be worked on when you at the least unexpected hours. Like I find times that I get up and think about ideas for shows in the middle of the night. I have dreams about food, things that I want to make. I mean, I have the desire to get up and cook in the middle of the night. I just don't, because I don't want to wake my kids up. But I will write down
you write
the
it
ideas,
down.
the recipes. You know, if I'm dreaming about certain things, I try to journal it so I can remember it, because most
Yeah.
dreams you tend to forget. So if I wake up and it's on my mind immediately, like jumping up to go to the restroom, I'll do some journaling and note that stuff down, or grab my phone real quick and make a quick note
Make
or
a quick
whatever,
note.
so that I can make sure that this is something I focus on. Because if we don't put it in the atmosphere, we will never go after it. It won't happen. It just
It
won't.
ain't coming up for it ain't coming up for nothing.
Yeah.
It ain't coming up for nothing. And that in the middle of the night, I feel you on that middle of the night. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up here looking at goddamn clothes. 3 o'clock in the morning. I need to be asleep.
Yeah.
But I'm up here looking at clothes because I didn't woke up and I'm just getting the phone like, man, look.
Because you never, when it comes to working for yourself and pushing yourself, there's like no on hours or off hours. There's no certain time. You gotta move whenever the stuff hits you. You got to get to work. It don't just work on sitting down and being still. Everything takes movement and going and moving. You just got to do it. But what's up, Quinn? We are back. It's Wednesday, December 1. What's happening?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm excited. I'm just excited, man. Like it's just good things. Good things on the horizon. Like we just said, this year has been good, despite, and I can't even really say I lost my dad, but despite that, his birthday is December 12th, so we'll be celebrating that. But other than that, man, just these last 11, 12 months, these months been great to me.
Yeah, and then I've been seeing the flourishment in you.
Yes, and that and myself, I've been saying to myself for the past week, Candace, I just got to pat you on the back, girl. Like, look, girl, like you really like, and me just November really gave me an eye opener of manifestation. I was always on my affirmations, but really being on them affirmations on a daily basis, consistency, just about all day long. This all I'm listening to the point that, man, my TV, I ain't even really been watching all that crazy stuff. I be watching, like I was telling you earlier, podcast shows, people interviewing people, and just like, that's me. I am. Everything is I am now. Not will, should, gonna happen, will happen. I am.
That's right. That's right.
Period.
It has to be that way.
It's just another, like, man, look, 40 has been good. I said I spoke it that it was gonna be good, baby, and 41 finna be even greater. So let's go.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to 40. I'm looking forward to 40. Like, I've been celebrating all my loved ones, all my friends, because my friends are my loved ones. I hold them near and dear to my heart. So celebrating their birthdays and seeing just like the happiness, the glow, and the radiance from the things that they have going on. And everybody that's walking into 40 ain't walking into 40 without doing nothing. Like the women, that's why the women that I'm around have to be women that have some like-minded chemistry. So because how else do we connect? When I was a kid, when I was in high school and when I was in middle school, I could talk to everybody. I can still do that now. I'm a very friendly person and people just kind of latch on to me. But I was able to be friends with all types of people. But in my older years, in my growing years, I realized that the people that you are latched on to mostly now are because they're like-minded individuals. You're doing things with people who are growing and glowing in the same directions as you.
Yes.
So those type of things inspire me, and seeing people walking into 40, because like you already had so much going on before you turn 40, but walking into it, like the journey that you went on and the things that you got in year 40 is what the radiance, the inspiration that you gave with out the businesses flourishing, the new businesses, being co-host, you know, running your business. It's so much.
It's a lot.
And carrying
and pushing others.
It's a plethora of things, Queen. And then you're a mom, you're a daughter, you're a wife, you know, it's so many things. And the loss of your father this year, with all the positives happening to you this year, the growth and the balance that you have garnered, because you're a totally different person than the woman who I met
that day doing your makeup. Look, way from kids. We ain't even gonna go back to kids. But that was 2015. That was 2015.
That's what it was. I don't know. I was like 2014, 2015, 2015.
2015.
Okay. From that woman and the woman, and you were already a business owner then. You were already running your businesses and doing everything then. But just it's like the shell, you done came up out that shell even more. And people get to see so much more of you, and they get to be inspired by that person that people never knew was there. Because
they eyes like,
I don't know if God just said, let me pull it out, because she got to get it out.
Who was that King Players? I give him a lot of credit too, because and my kids, looking at them, all of them, from my God kids, from the 5 kids, and these 2 that stay in the house with me, I can't say y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that, and not actually be the leader and do it myself. And then there's people believing in me. And then look, I'm a part of this Patreon group. And just being a part of that group, which I've been a part of that group since late 2018. And just being a part of that group and just listening to the different words we go from religion to business to what's going out here on in the world. I mean, it's just so much. But from the prophecies and me writing stuff down, when people speak into my life and actually seeing stuff come to pass, because when you speak into my life, it got to line up with what he done told me. Because and I was just like, you know what? On that same line, he was like, y'all need to be asking. Y'all want to be apostles of your industry, apostles of your family. You want to do something in your family that nobody never done before. And that's always been my mindset. I want to do something in my family that nobody in my family ever done before.
That's right.
And that's what I'm working towards. And look, my parents on board with what we got going on, and just everybody just trying to come together to push everybody to their next level of greatness. And I had to think about it, Queen, because I posted one day and I was like, I see myself speaking in front of millions, motivating them into their greatness. And I was like, shoot, me and Queen already got 100 people on here listening to us every Wednesday. So I'm like, Candace, you already doing that. People follow your platforms, social media platforms, listening to you. And I could tell, look, I say, boy, the algorithms get you when you don't be on social media, baby. They just go completely down.
The algorithm,
people like, man, where you been at? And for me to get back on the other day, and people like, man, Queen, hey, how you doing? You back?
It was a pleasure to get you back on there. You know, it's always that, because you have to realize that one. And that's one thing that I do appreciate about Darian. When we were together, he would tell me regularly, you cannot close out your social medias. You can take breaks. So you can take as many breaks as you want to, but you can't shut yourself off from being who you are. And that, like, every time I get ready to go and deactivate, I have to put it in front of my mind, because I feel like this is what I be feeling sometimes. Because at some point, I feel like the masses are the masses, and the ones who we're speaking directly to are going to follow certain chains that we go on anyway. So if we switch over to just putting ourselves on YouTube and on the website, at some point, that's where it's just going to be.
Yeah.
That's where it's just going to be. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to, we can use social media just for that platform and push it through for that. But at some point, we have to set places and safe spaces for us. So everything ain't for everybody. And you know we believe in that soulfully. So y'all, we've been talking for about 25 minutes and we said, about 20 minutes and we haven't even gotten started with the show, y'all. We're gonna get started. How y'all doing though? Hey E.
Y'all look, y'all already know how me and Queen get. Y'all already know.
Don't play. Y'all already know how we get into it, and we will get to talking as E would say, two aunties. So
look, we do sometimes kind of forget that we are on live and we're not just talking to one another. But
I think that's a lot about.
We know y'all enjoy the conversation.
Exactly, I think it make it way more authentic.
Yeah.
Hey E, how you doing? Hey Miss Charlene Baker, how you doing? I'm gonna put y'all messages up real quick before we jump into our quote of the day.
Shout out to Charlene. Appreciate you tuning in today, chick. Appreciate you tuning in today. I appreciate that. New follower.
New follower. How you doing, Miss Baker? Welcome to SW Podcast. We are happy to have you.
Yes,
E, what you say? We just be going out. We do. You do.
Yeah, you already know how we do. E, come on now. You our brother. You know.
You know what it is. So y'all, today's show is called The Get Back, and we're gonna be. It may not be exactly how you may take it as far as the get back, but just get into it. So there are many people who have the desire to seek revenge over past issues, relationships, or traumas that triggered certain issues in their lives. With the desire to implore the hurt that ignited their rage onto the person that caused it. Today, we discuss the get back. Our quote of the day is, revenge never ends until everything and everyone around it is destroyed. A vengeful heart never rests.
Baby, look, I got the rest, so I ain't even got time. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. Know how I get back at people with revenge? Baby, this success that I got going on over here. That's my best revenge. Baby, so I don't be deleting people if they say they don't like me on social media. Baby, I want you to watch me, everything that I'm doing, everything God blessing me with these businesses and being successful. Watch it. That's my revenge. That is my revenge. I ain't got to say nothing. I ain't got to worry about you. Matter of fact,
none of that.
Something happened with somebody that I was friends with from childhood. Still out here talking about me, and my brother was like, "I ain't even want to tell you, sis, but I know you got that heart, and you have been done something for somebody, and they out here speaking on your name." I say, "Child, look, if they still speaking and we ain't been friends that long, guess what, baby, appreciate you, because every time you speak on my name, I continue to flourish. So keep speaking, because I'm gonna keep flourishing, and that's my revenge. That's how I look at That's how I look at it. Now, I didn't when I was younger, but now that I'm old, not old, grown, wise, my best revenge is my success.
That's right. Every day.
Every day.
I've never understood vengefulness. I mean, I've never understood being able to be that way, but I've seen how people can be that way and what can make them be that way. I can't.
That's an ugly road.
I can't. And I've seen cases that have allowed people to want to darn near kill somebody, but you got to step back and see how things play out for people without thinking that you got to be involved in it. It don't. They are who they are. So
that's it.
What they've done to you, they've done to somebody else.
They're
going to do to somebody else, and the thing about that is that full circle process. When it does happen, you ain't, and when it does come back around to them, you ain't even gonna feel good about it.
Child, please, I ain't got time.
You ain't got time to think about it. When I was done with you, I was done with you. And I never left a friendship wanting to leave a friendship. I've only had to leave a friendship because of you forcing me out. And I'm talking about because I can't. So, and Ms. Baker is definitely correct. It's free advertisement when people around here talking about you. And
come on now, that part. Talk about
Definitely.
the hey look, you can talk about the shell, you can talk about the bistro, you can talk about J2 Couture, you can talk about this SW podcast, because guess what, baby? Every time you speak one of them names, somebody going to look it up.
I was just about to say that, Queen. I was
they
just
going
that's
to
what
look it
they're
up.
gonna do.
They going to look. Oh, she said what? Let me go. They going to look at. So baby, keep speaking.
What you think
Keep
they're going to
speaking.
do? They're
Keep
going to look
speaking.
it
And
up
look, and they'll start following you.
because they want to see what. Well, let me go see if she really how they say she is. So they're gonna start following it. Then they're gonna see that she really not, but they really like the person
Yeah.
you are showing
And
them.
and see, we didn't talk about that because I didn't have people to be like that. How Candace is, man. Look, I tell people all the time, and I didn't heard some of my friends say, man, once you get to know Queen, baby, you gonna fall in love with Queen because she just that real. She just don't say nothing at first, but she just that real. So I
And,
just
and it's not that you don't say anything at first. It's an assessment of the situation.
that's it.
Sometimes if you're coming into a new environment, you got to assess the situation. I know me personally, when I come in all the time into new places and new people, I'm checking your doors out. I'm checking surroundings. I'm checking to
What you
make sure if
say,
something go down up in here, I can get up out of here. I'm gonna see how
everything,
you is. I'm gonna see how they is. I'm gonna
everything.
watch the whole scene before I open up my mouth. Besides when I walk in and speak, just because I'm friendly and nice, don't mean that I'm dumb.
Mm-mm. Discernment is
So
real, real,
it's
and it's always
real.
on. It's
It's
on
real. So
24 hours.
and people don't realize that they think that because you're quiet, you're just like, ooh, she quiet. She don't talk. She don't. No, I
Child.
don't know you, but I'm gonna learn you. In the first 10 minutes of something can let me know whether or not I won't even be here anyway. So you
And
know,
deal with that part.
it's
Because
it
I
is
might
what
not
it
want
is.
to deal with you. And we can read people
Yeah.
very well. So, like you say, the first 10 minutes, I'd be like, nah. And I didn't learn how to try to like, nah, maybe that maybe just be on 10 right now. Let me give them a little bit while long.
Exactly. I've had
And
to do that
then
too.
let me see. But usually I go with my first instinct. And that usually be the right one.
And it usually be right. And we got to talk about that too because, and that's an off the camera conversation because that first instinct stuff. I want to share something with you about your first instinct when you told me about something before. So I'm
Okay.
glad you said that because that made me have to remind
Well,
me
I'll
that.
call you
Hey,
when we get off the line today.
well, yes. If not tonight, I got a quick thing after this. But if not tonight, because you work tonight, don't it? Well, let me.
Girl,
See
we'll
how we be
talk.
doing. See how we be doing. Forgetting that we on live. So let me tell you some key reasons so far that we have discovered why a lot of people are vengeful and seek revenge. The man you turn down wants to date you just to break your heart. The
Oh.
woman you were too broke for wants you back because you're successful now. Your
That
family
can go
didn't
vice
support your
versa.
business. You act like you care about them and then turn your back on them. Now, these are some of the vengeful things that people have done. Those are examples of what a lot of people do vindictive things for. You've heard about the guy that jumps into the girl inbox and he done tried to holler at her for months and months and months and months and months. Now she wasn't interested in him at all. Now all of a sudden he done started looking better. He dressing better. He driving a nicer car. So she interested a little bit more. And what does he do? Now he dates her just to shit on her.
Oh.
That's vengefulness. That's being vindictive. The woman,
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people do because I don't know if you've been seeing a lot of. I've been seeing a lot of stories lately, even with on social media, where women are going out with men or men, and this be stuff from high school, Queen. Men that wanted you in high school. You wouldn't talk to them then, but now how they look now, we grown. You gonna
Totally
hold,
different.
you worried about some, and so you get with them then you might do something to hurt them, kill them, like it's been going. I was like, which is why a couple weeks ago when I was like, I got to make this one of the shows for closer toward the end instead of, in early 90s and 89. I was like, let me put this at one of the closer to the end shows of the year, because I've mostly been seeing this on people sharing posts about women being jumped on, or women being shot and killed, or men being tortured due to the fact that they trying to date somebody or somebody they didn't want, that wanted them before. They didn't want them then. Now you get with them. Now the man think you using them because you with them now. People have that's
crazy.
How did you sit back and think about that? How you sat back and decided that you just wanted to be vindictive enough to say, I'm gonna get with somebody?
You orchestrated that whole plan. You orchestrated that whole plan, like
from jump.
From jump short. Like when you seen that they have interest in you, you already, I'm gonna get them. Because a vindictive person, that they didn't already thought about what they gonna do.
So
that's crazy.
Vengeful is used to describe someone who is determined to get revenge, retaliation against, or punishment for someone for some kind of harm that they caused or wrongdoing that they did, whether it's real or perceived. That's the key factor to me. A lot of the times that people are seeking vengefulness or revenge, it's perceived thoughts of a person. Like most of the time, I ain't gonna say it's like that all the time, because sometimes people do be having the wrong ideas about wanting to get with you. But most times when a person has sat back and strategized how they gonna do somebody just to do, hurt them or whatever, those thoughts, those malicious thoughts, you put something in your own head to make you get to that thought process of, I want to be this way because she did this. You ain't never asked her if she did this. You ain't never asked him if he, or the intention of what he said meant this. You just put this in your mind. I'm gonna let that sit right here, and I'm gonna relish, and I'm gonna go from there, and I'm gonna seek my revenge on them from there.
Man, that's too much energy.
I don't have time for that.
That's a lot of energy that's a lot.
We've seen the movies though. We've seen the movies. Yeah. What your girl did on It's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate. She had processes. She put it in. They set things like that up in their mind. You have the time to think about being evil to somebody.
I can't. That's too much of my time, and I love my time. And my time is not to be wasted.
Reading a book. I'd rather do that than to be slicing up somebody's ties.
Because for one reason, I'm scared of the police, and not like scared of the police like that. But I can't see myself locked up in something that's the size of my bathroom.
I can't see myself living like that.
I can't.
That's my problem.
And people do it like, look, because somebody then came and slashed all 4 of my ties.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, damn, you had time to slash all 4 of my ties in front of my house,
and didn't even care that that people could see them or not.
Didn't care. This was before the door ring, and see, I was in my 20s, my late 20s. I want to say when that happened. Even the tow truck guy talking about who the hell man you that truck. I say, shit, what about them messing with my man? Why I got
but I heard that. I heard if you slash all 4 tires, the insurance people that they gonna give you free tires then.
I don't know.
Because they said if you slash only 3, I heard somebody, it was about 10 years ago on social media, somebody put up a post and say, you got to slash 3 tires. You can't slash all 4, because if you slash all 4, the insurance people will pay for the tires. But if you only slash 3, they got to do. I said, well, who got time to think about that?
That part.
Even that part. Who gonna find out if 3 tires gonna get you in jail? I mean, I just, I don't know. I just don't have time for that. And when I be talking to some of my the people who I
That's
be,
crazy.
giving life coaching to, when I be having these conversations with some people, Queen, I literally, when they say stuff like, well, Miss, Shelby, have you ever experienced this? And I sit there and think, I've never been in traumatic situations. I don't do drama. I don't
Can't.
do toxicity. I ain't
Nope.
never had nobody come over and want to fight me about a man. I ain't never went through nothing like that.
Well, I have.
But that wasn't on you. That was somebody else. I'm talking about because I did something wrong. That's what I mean. Like she said, I'm too cute to go to jail. I'm not.
That part too pretty.
Things I could go to jail for is my kids. I swear to God.
That's it. And you come mess with me and my family. And it's really the kids.
I'm not going to jail.
I don't got that much hate, and hate is a strong. My grandma always say hate is a very strong word. So I won't say I hate you. I might dislike you,
yeah,
but I don't never hate you.
Right.
I don't like your ways. But my mom always say, you got to remember, Candace, the enemy lives in everybody. It's not really right, not really them. I'm like, yeah, ma, I hear you. But sometimes that's really them. Sometimes that's really them. But that's a lot of, man, that's too much planning.
Miss Baker said she heard that too about them ties.
Yeah. Oh, about the time.
About them ties.
Well, I was in my 20s when that happened.
Huh?
So, but I paid for them.
Oh, it may not be true then.
I paid for them.
So but we don't know because like it's a lot of people who deal in negative witchcraft too.
Yeah.
That be doing stuff and like people don't believe in all that, but it's true.
Oh, baby, it's real.
And because because doing rooted things and doing things with spirits and stuff was meant to protect Black people. When other people start getting involved in all of that, that's when it became a negative craft. They would use spells and stuff to actually protect us as a culture. They'll put spells on they like walk around their house and putting stuff out like nobody can't cross over into the yard and do stuff like that. It was supposed to be from ancestors and things of that nature, like you praying to your ancestors and stuff like that. But now we talking about voodoo, witchcraft, and things that are using negative spirit, and you got real witches out here.
For real.
I seen a video recently, Queen, where this lady say she in a group on Facebook where they do spells, and she said there's young witches in the group, right? And she said these witches these witches don't even be knowing these men, but they just end up trying to practice their craft. But it's real witches. It's like head witch. She was like the head witches are supposed to counsel the younger girls into using their powers for good. But they come in there with issues with men. And they put spells on these men. She was like, you think these men just getting in car accidents because they getting in car accidents? You think all these people around here just get shot up because they get shot up? Or they get AIDS and diseases because she said these people are rooting them. They're coming in there doing real live circle
live spells. Yeah, real
and
live
putting them on people. And the young witches think they being taught spells, but they're not knowing that they're putting killer spells on people. Because they're not guided, they're misguided.
That's crazy. You done froze up, Queen.
My brother just tried to
Oh, there you go.
My brother I had a call coming through.
Okay.
I had to hit it off. But
people don't believe it, but it's real. That's Santeria and all that stuff. It's really people like have literally. I heard a man, and this was on one of those TBNs or one of those like spiritual channels, and he was talking about his out-of-body experience, and his family practiced Santeria. That's another part of witchcraft that most I think like Latin people actually that's what they called it. And he talked about like these out-of-body experiences that he was having. But he went to church. He found this lady, really liked this lady, but she was a believer. She didn't know that he did all of this stuff. And he said that's what made him change his life because of that woman. And he was like, but he was like, this stuff is very, he says, very real. And if you think it ain't real, you don't, that means you don't even believe in the higher power that be, whoever you believe, Buddha, God, whoever. And he was like, man, he would like be like literally laying in the bed and be out his body and somewhere else doing something to somebody else.
Man, people have real ancestral connections. And I'm talking about to demonic people or to angelic people. Regardless, they have connections. And you got to watch who you playing with. That's why that's another thing she said. She said, y'all men around here cheating on these women, lying to these women, and they putting roots on y'all. She said it's happening regularly in these groups. She said
it's happening more now than probably it ever have. Because it, you know, the thing, it used to be a secret. It was like hidden, especially like in small towns. Growing up, I always used to hear about like, oh, they going to Georgia, or they going in the backwoods or such and such. And like you didn't see these people. You didn't know them. You might see them, but you didn't know Miss Jane down there is the witch doctor.
She the medicine doctor. That's what they used to call them back
That's what they used to call them, medicine doctor. So even a old friend of mine was like her grandmother, her grandmother, or her granddad. And I'm just like, wow. She was like, but you used to hear about it growing up and when our parents was growing up, but it's not like it is now. It's really not like it is now.
And people are spiteful. They're gonna like you around here doing things to people. Everybody don't have the I'm gonna look over the shoulder and don't worry about it mentality. Some people are going to get you back.
And that's a lot of people doing it that way with
a lot of people, Queen, they taking she said men, she's talking about, she was like, these men around here eating all that blood and they food. They don't know because they trusting these women. It's like they taking every time he brushes hair, they taking the brush to people. Crazy. I don't got time for that. They taking toothbrush. No, I'll let you go before. And she was like, she was like, she actually made another point that made me think like this is true. This got to be true. But she said, God darn it. She was like, all of a sudden, these men, like all of a sudden he yours now. Because you done put so many different spells out there into the atmosphere that everybody that he was messing with, of course, done falling off. Something that happened to them where they done fell out the boat. But now he under you like a sick puppy to the point where he don't even want to go to work.
He won't leave.
He won't even leave.
No matter what he or she do. They won't leave. And one thing I do know, if you covered in the blood, truly covered in the blood and got that relationship with God, they can't even touch you.
People who practice that though they're not in the it's not a religious element with them. They don't have their connection is strictly ancestral, the other stuff. It don't be like a spiritual connection to a higher power that they seek as God or anyone like that. It's like a higher witch or somebody else that has authority over the spells that they be casting out. But it's
a lot. And some I done heard people say that some will tell you, man, you can't mess with that one.
Yeah,
you can't. You mess with her, you can't mess with that one. And that might be the witch telling somebody, you can't put no spell on her. You must don't know where she at in the spirit realm with God. So that's why I say, if you covered in the blood, truly covered in the blood, and have that relationship, all that don't even bother you, because it ain't nothing they could do for you, because you already protected by the blood of Jesus.
I just think that whole vengeful spirit has to literally come from somewhere. It's for one, it's a misguided pain. It's a frustration. It's a helplessness. It's being hurt and ignored. It's being unable to change your circumstances without ensuring that other people feel the hurt and pain that you feel. Like you want to put so much of what you have on others because instead of you working through who you are, you are more concerned with somebody being at this level with you.
Yeah, and that's
That's
crazy. But
that's crazy all in itself. It
that
is. It's
it's
psychological.
that mind, that psychological stuff, your mindset, everything, and you just don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in
Because it's a
yourself.
self-esteem thing. It's a
It's so
dependency
much.
issue. It's a whole lot of things. It's why I say like you gotta get healing. Um, how do you respond to a vindictive person? They say avoid playing into their realities. Don't get
Hmm.
drawn in. Pay
Hmm.
attention to how they make you feel. Talk to them about their behavior. Offer compassion, but don't try to fix it.
You can't.
Because obviously trying to fix it makes them feel like something is wrong with them.
Oh, what you saying? Something wrong with me?
Yep.
What's wrong with me? You always acting like something wrong with me. Something is wrong with you. Like something really is. Like you need to go get you some help. Period.
Say no, stick to your guns, and walk away. Remember, you aren't at fault. Don't buy into their gossip or attempts to turn you against another person because a lot of vindication comes from the fact of jealousy.
That's a
Encourage
big fact.
positivity. Encourage positivity and proactive approaches to life. Um, Vin, when you're talking about a vindictive person, also you're talking about someone that is described as being wanting to retaliate against
Hmm.
others for any insult or perceived slight. And they keep using the word perceived because a lot of the thoughts that you're getting from the situation is just here instead of here.
Hmm.
You're allowing what
All
you to
psychological.
think instead of what you feel. Like, I mean, you're allowing what you feel instead of what was really real. You're not using your mind because you have this person right here in front of you to communicate with you, and you can ask them what they meant. What you meant by that.
Yeah.
But instead, you turn to letting that create a negative thought. So the next time you see them again, if they say anything that you don't like,
Snapping.
that might add more to your negative thought process because it ain't that you're not looking for positive in them anymore. You're looking for
Hmm.
any way to feel a certain type of way about them to give you points to treat them any type of way. That's some sneaky ass shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't like that. I was like, how do we have this conversation without making someone feel like being vindictive is because and before I finish that thought, after studying more about vindication and vindication and vengefulness, it can turn into a disorder.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
It
And
actually
that's scary.
formulates to a mental situation because it's I should have jotted down the word
Ooh,
that
and
they use.
I know somebody like that. I know somebody like that that I went to school with, and and it's a she's that type of person. She's that type of person, and it's just like, girl, baby, you got to get you some help. Cause and you know,
Yeah,
and a lot of vindictive people, they think everybody's against them.
we ain't getting that
And
yet,
they think
Queen.
people that they vindictive, but they think everybody against them. They think everybody jealous of them and all of that. And it's just like it's all in your mind. It's
That's
all
why
in
they
your
say
mind.
most of vengefulness and vindictiveness comes from perceived thoughts. You don't want to discuss it and make yourself accountable so that you can
Mhm.
see that this ain't that.
It ain't healthy. It's not healthy for you. And it leaves you in a lonely place. It leaves you in a very, very lonely place. And I'm a firm believer we're not put on this earth to live alone.
Mm-mm.
We're not put on this earth to live alone, live by ourselves. We are here to procreate. We are here to meet other people, influence one another to your greatness and stuff like that. But most thinking about that person as we talking on this topic. I mean, spot on. She is that type of person, and I feel bad. I felt bad for, because me and her was cool. We used to be cool, but I sit back and I just watch. I sit back and watch. I'm still cool, but I sit back and watch. But I'm like, girl, you got some issues.
And nobody don't want to go get no help for it before it even become worse than what it is. And it's probably worse now if that was in high school. And then
No, but see, but this the thing though. Knew her in high school, but this just happened a few years, like some years ago.
Okay.
Some years ago. Never knew that she was that type of person in high school, because she just didn't seem like that type of person when we was in school. But as an adult, people change, people go through things, go through life. But just seeing her as an adult and being around her and just watching her moves, and actually knowing some of the same people, it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Very pretty girl, smart, intelligent person, but just think everybody's against her, and she truly has a vindictive spirit, like to the point that she don't give a F who she set her revenge against. And it's crazy, but it's just like,
because now you've gotten to a point where you will destroy anybody. And that's another narrative of vindication. Once you become a target, a vindictive person will try and destroy you. They'll do everything in their power to destroy your name,
your character.
If something doesn't go their way, they attempt to intimidate you or manipulate you. Mm-hmm. It's so many different things that show. So letting go is the get back. The whole point of this conversation is, in order to not want to feel that vengefulness is your scapegoat or your reality, you have to let go of grudges and bitterness that can make you, well, better yet, letting go of grudges and bitterness can make a way for improved health and a peace of mind. Forgiveness can lead to healthier relationships, improved mental health, less anxiety, stress and hostility, lower blood pressure, fewer symptoms of depression, a stronger immune system, improved heart health, and of course, higher self-esteem. Because if you're going through if any vindictive behaviors, definitely that's a self-esteem issue.
Yeah, it is.
That's a self-esteem issue.
You got to get it together, honey. You got to get it together. It's so much beauty. It's beauty out here in this world. It's beauty out here in this world. So to have that type of spirit, man, look, that means you truly do not like who you are.
Yeah.
You truly don't.
Because you've even allowed a situation to, like, people will go to therapy and people will have things happen so that they can get rid of trauma. So if you're having vindication issues or vindication thoughts, you're dealing with trauma. Yeah. And the trauma has now set in so hard that you feel like you can't come out of it. Because as the quote of the day said, revenge never ends until everything and everyone around it is destroyed. A vengeful heart never rests.
Baby, my heart.
Because all you thinking about is hurting somebody.
Getting back at them.
Getting back at them or finding new ways to do it.
And that's a lot of, you putting a lot of energy into that. That is a lot.
It's a lot, Queen.
But it says, out of all the thoughts that you have throughout the day, you have over 85% of your thoughts is negative.
Damn.
They say 85% of our thoughts throughout the day is negative. But you can change that.
Are we ignoring those negative thoughts or something? Because if that's the case, I don't remember half of my thoughts then.
Some do. Some do. And you know what? As I was reading it, sometimes you don't even realize it.
That you sitting there thinking about something.
Yeah,
That's what I
sometimes
was saying.
you don't even realize it.
Are we just forgetting them or something throughout the day? Because if I set up and thought more about the fact that my thoughts, I'm having more negative thoughts than positive thoughts, I probably feel like I need to work on my thought process. But if I've never paid attention to it, because they must be things that I think about and forget.
Yeah.
Or put to the side 95,
or something. 95%.
85 or 95?
85. When I read it, I was like, 85%.
Either way, it's a lot.
I was like, dang, that's a lot. Like that's a lot. But as I'm thinking about it, they was putting it towards what we think, from what we hear, from what we watch, all of that. Combined, yeah, all of that. And it was just saying, that's why. And I was always taught, you really do got to be mindful of who you be around, what you see, what you hear, because it does affect your thoughts.
It does.
It really does. From the, like we talked about on one of the episodes before, getting up in the morning and doing a routine of exercise routine, or you know, just really manifesting your day into a positive. You got to start off positive. You got to. And I'm a firm believer, and I know, because I could tell some days when I stay overnight with my patient, and he be on 10, and he calling me, and he trying to get out of bed, and I had to tell one of the other girls, I say, he will mess my day up. So I have to really like calm myself down when he's on 10 to be like, okay, Candace, you can't let this person or your patient affect your day. Because he didn't call you, or he, you know, all discombobulated and stuff. So I mean, man, look, you really got to watch what you hear, what you listen to, stuff you listening to, the stuff that you watching on TV, because it does affect your thought process.
That's right.
And it's crazy, but it really does.
Even what you eat, everything that you consume, everything that you consume plays a role in what you think. So if you change, like one of the things said, improve mental health, fewer symptoms of depression. If you start implementing more positive things and more positive people in your life, it'll take away some of that negative, and it might decrease some of those negative thoughts. Because I'm telling you, if I can't remember that I'm having negative thoughts, I can't be having that many negative thoughts as I used to. I may used to before, but I think that, you know, that can change over time. What's going on, Siobhan?
Hey, Siobhan.
But I definitely think any practice thing can change a strategy. It can knock off an algorithm at any time. So it's up to you.
It's all up to the individual and what they what you trying to go at in your life and stuff like that. And that's what, like I said, as I read it, I did you know, when I read something, I'm like, I'm a see. I'm a see. But even from when you talking to somebody and they in a bad mood, and how it can switch your mood. And so that's why I be like, you know what? When I did the whole not talking to nobody really in the month of November, I seen how I was, already knew who I was anyway. But I'm like, man, look, you talking to certain people will flip your mood, especially when they in a bad mood. And I don't need to be in a bad mood when I'm trying to manifest the good. I can't, because then when you do, you stop. It's like it's like you that stumbling block just fall from out of the sky, and it just block you.
Yeah.
It block you. So you got to, man, look, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful. And that, Cause it's real, man. Like your thoughts and everything, man, it'll have you around here. Shoot, man.
Messed
You
up.
be trying to figure out, man, look, I was just happy 10 minutes ago. Now, how 10 minutes later, I'm over here mad, angry, ready to cuss the people out and all of that.
Your thoughts and what you allowed to come into your process of what you were thinking, what you allowed to interrupt you. It all plays a toll in it. That's why, again, letting go is the get back. You cannot hold on to things. You have to let things go.
You got to let
And
things go.
when you sit around here thinking that, honestly, I've been through some things in my life, and when you have conversation with other people, I think sometimes other people make your situation worse for you, and how they respond. You might not
Yeah.
even be that mad. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be madder than you
And
because
then you ride here looking like, I wasn't even that mad. Like, just, I wasn't that
but
mad.
now
Like,
you mad.
I'm
What?
mad. I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm angry. Everything.
All of a sudden.
Everything.
And you
All of a
ain't got to
sudden.
be that way.
That
And
quick.
because you've allowed somebody else to get inside of your thought process, and you're not even feeling that way. Your mentality was probably like, this happened, I just wanted to get it off my chest, share it, which is why you can't. Every listening ear is not for you. So get into a state of forgiveness so that you do not hold grudges and seek vengeful ideas or thoughts or want to do things. The next thing is, how do you get to a state of forgiveness so that you don't have these perceived thoughts, these perceived notions? And some of the things that I found today about today, I wanted to look for more things to add onto the topics to just, to kind of see where forgiveness can take you, because that's the only thing that I can come up with. The opposite of vengefulness is forgiveness. That's the only thing that I felt like, and I'm talking about not even just forgiving the person, forgiving you.
Yeah, I was gonna say forgiving you.
You know what I'm saying? Because you yourself have to be able to know, in order for you to be able to get back to you and have that happiness that you seek, you have to say, at this point, I want better for me. And I want to do it today. And that's that. Like, you can't, there you go. You can't feel like you can just do it all with being mad. You gotta find some type of space in your heart that you can say, this is not big enough. It's not bigger than me. It cannot beat me. It cannot overtake me. And some of those things, including recognizing the value of forgiveness and how it can improve your life. If you know what forgiveness has done to other people, it may be something that you can ingest. So that would mean talking to people, talking to a therapist about how forgiveness works, because sometimes you don't want to go to anybody else and let them know that you're right here having these hateful thoughts about people. So
write it down.
Right.
Write it down.
And so that's another thing. Consider joining a support group. And like I said, seeking a counselor. Forgiveness is a commitment to personalized process of change. If you're suffering from lack of forgiveness, then that means that you have beat your own self up about that situation so much that you haven't given yourself time enough to heal. You went straight from I'm angry to this what I want to do. It takes time to say, this is how this actually made me feel.
Yeah, you got to speak, and you got to speak it, and it's best for you to speak it out loud.
Yes,
it's best for you to speak it out loud. But like you say, you got to heal first. You got to heal first.
You cannot think that you can move day to day after somebody has, even if they were negative to you and you had a love for them. That's even if it's toxic, that toxic stuff keep people stuck for so long. So when somebody breaks away from it, it leaves this person over here feeling vulnerable. Vulnerability creates vindication as well. So as you let go of grudges, you'll no longer define your life by how you've been hurt. That's a key takeaway. You'll no longer Define your life. And you know what? This is so important. This line is so important because I hear so many people acting as if they've moved on with situations. And the thing that starts there, anytime they're telling their story, they always got to start with all the stuff that they had to forgive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh.
All the stuff they've been through.
All of it.
Why your journey, you can talk about things, you can face things, but you still holding on to the hurt because you don't have to, you still define your life by it.
Yeah.
I did this because of this. I got here because I was hurt so much here. Why didn't you just get there? Because that's where you wanted to go.
That's where you want to go.
You were already walking in the path. Something came in that path that knocked you off balance a little bit and shook you and rattled you up and might have slowed you down.
That distraction.
But you were already headed up the path. And now you're going to base your goal and your success on the fact that you were hurt. You're still hurt. You're still holding a grudge. You might even find compassion and understanding if you learn how to forgive. Choosing to forgive a person who, and you got, as after you forgive yourself, you got to go back and forgive that person who offended you.
Forgive them. Trust me, forgive them. I just told you at the beginning, your best revenge is the success. So after you didn't forgave them and you succeed, baby, they over there mad.
I don't understand how anybody thinks that they can get up every single day and be great to other people when they haven't even forgiven themselves.
It ain't gonna work.
Something about that ain't right to me.
That mean what you that's fake.
That I ain't want to say
fake. That's fake.
I ain't want to say that's fake. What they say that faux fur, fox fur.
Whatever they call it. Whatever they call it. That's fake. You got to. You can. I mean, it's like, how can you though?
How can you?
Like how can you when you ain't forgave yourself? I got to forgive me first, cause see, me got to carry me wherever me go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to forgive me first before anything.
Because I'm the one that's walking around here with this baggage about something that shouldn't be walking around with. So how do I not forgive me? Yep. I gotta forgive me, and then I gotta forgive you because I don't want to deal with it no more.
Because when I see you, I want to be able to see you, and I don't want to be able to see you and my heart jump,
right?
Or something in my spirit. Oh Lord, there goes such and such, and then I slump down because baby, I ain't the one to slump down. My head up, chest out, always head up, chest out. And that's so how I don't want to see you, and I'd be like, there goes such and such.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That's why I know I'm not a person. I'm not a vengeful person. I just can't be vengeful. But another thing is, I don't commit hurt or perpetuate hurt upon people. So if I'm not doing any of that,
I can't. I don't even like to see people hurt. I don't even. Even when I ain't even if I think that I done something to you, I'm gonna apologize to you. Even though I'm like, Candace, I said to myself, Candace, you know you ain't done nothing to them people. But just in case. Yeah, but just in case, because I probably said so, I'll come flip out the mouth real quick and not realize that I done came slick out the mouth with somebody. Cause I'm just talking. Okay. And I didn't say something. They'd be like, did just say what she said? Yeah, I just said it. But I might not realize that I didn't actually say it because I'm just saying it. And I'm just be real with you. I'd rather be real with you than lie to you. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I'm gonna be
And
honest
I
with
can
you.
definitely apologize when I'm wrong about something. So
And
I
I
don't
I never have a problem with
know.
apologizing. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you, baby, I'm dead. I was dead wrong. I even
So
do.
if you
I apologize to my children if they felt like I was wrong. I even look if I did look. I'm wrong. Let's
I'm
move
wrong,
on.
I'm wrong.
Forgive me. Look, let me know when I'm wrong.
Don't hold that back
Don't
from me.
hold me.
Tell me.
Yeah, let me know. Cause hey,
Even
if
if
you
I
don't
don't
say
agree,
nothing,
even if I don't agree, even
even
if
if
I
I
don't
don't
agree.
agree, even if
But
I
I
don't
tell my kids that too. Like I know times they be like, "Ooh, mom, I want to tell mom she wrong about that," and I tell them, "Tell me," because I mean, your opinion, y'all. My mom used to always tell us, "Y'all opinion matters," but she'll also be that same person say your opinion matter and be like, "Get out my face about that." You know what I'm saying?
you better not
But
say nothing else to me about that
because
mess
it
again.
still matter. Because back then it mattered with your tone more than anything.
Yeah.
On how you said it, they care more about your tone and how you responded versus what you had to say, because they really didn't care about what you had to say. So but now with our children, we're a lot more open and a lot less complex. When we're dealing with our kids these days, we can talk to them. So we don't give them reasons to want to be vengeful toward us or hold grudges toward us, so
Yeah.
that they can say, well, I can't wait to get out of her house. You know, my kids ain't saying that to me. I be like,
Look,
I can't wait for their ass to be gone. But you
my
think they
daughter
say
then
in
told
there?
me, Zoe say, well, Rashad don't want to go to school here. And we found that that's
Right.
what it's
Well,
gonna be.
other than that,
But Zoe say, Mom, I'm coming home for the holidays till my children is 12 years old. So I will always be at your house for the holidays, whatever it may be. I'm gonna continue to come home. So my kids ain't never was like they wanted to they ready to leave and get out the house. And it could be because I do give them a lot of freedom, because
I
my
do
mom
too.
gave us a lot of freedom. Like they know how far to go when
Mm-hmm.
it comes down to stuff. And they know, look, just do what you're supposed to do. Always be respectful. And baby, look, what I tell you to do, just do it. And this ride with your
It'll
mama
help you.
will be so smooth. It'll be so smooth.
So smooth. And to just let you and you got, I'm very big on you got, I'm gonna give you your wings, baby, because I want you to fly. I don't want to
Yeah.
hold you back. I want to make sure you living good and enjoy your life, but I also want to make sure you're healthy, happy, and whole. That's my job. It's never gonna not be my job. So and when I feel when I see you going down the wrong path, or if I see you being wrong, I'm there to correct you. I'm never gonna not do that. I don't care
Yeah.
how old you are.
That
So
part. I just said that
we
to my grandma today when she was
I don't
talking
care about
actually
that.
about the kids. As I tell mine, if you listen to what I tell you and do what I tell you, baby, your life will be way better than some of your peers and even what I was like.
Even
Because
mine.
I'm trying to set you up for success that my parents set me up for success as much as they could have.
Mm-hmm.
But we in a whole new generation, a whole different mindset from where our parents were. So our kids gonna be really set up for success when they leave and step out of our household. Cause
They
we just in
already
a
there.
different mindset.
They
Me and my mom even had that conversation. She said, girl, if I knew what I knew now and knew some of the stuff that I didn't learn right now and was doing back then when y'all was in school, she was like, baby, look, child, business, we'd be 6, 7 figures by now.
it's just about
Cause
listening. It's a lot of things that either you didn't know and you weren't told. But now we're talking more to these kids. We're giving more insight,
Mhm.
giving them more
And they see it. They
opportunities.
watching us.
They're watching
They
it, and
watching us. They watching
we
us.
and that's another thing. We didn't have a lot displayed before us. We had more of this. What we need to do. We'll talk about this back here behind
Mhm.
doors, conversations away from the kids. And now, we're having these conversations directly so these kids can hear. We talking about the things that's going in the community.
Yep.
We talking about the stock markets. We talking about all these different things that are preparing our children to get out there. And also in talking about things, we teaching them respect, morality, all these different things is going to help them blossom on this side, even if
Entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship,
All of that.
business
Having
skills.
more than one screamer. And think about it. Our parents.
Mm-hmm.
My mom even said that. She was like, if I knew that we were supposed to have more than one stream of income when I was growing up and raising y'all baby, come on. She said we was brought up to go to college, graduate from college, start your family, get your house, and work for somebody the rest of your life. Nobody wasn't really
On
big
that
on
business stuff.
business stuff, even though my grandma
Mm-hmm.
had her own business. And the guy that my grandma dated after my mom, and I was just thinking about this last night. I was like, I've been around entrepreneurs all my fucking
All your
life,
life.
all my life. From my grandma to the guy that she was dating that had several businesses in our little small community. My uncle, my aunt, look, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm even say this, and people might say I'm wrong. Anybody that was out there hustling, baby, a hustle is a
That's the
full-time
entrepreneur.
fucking business entrepreneurship.
Especially if they know what to
It
do with
might
the
not be
money.
right. It might not be right, but baby, that's a full entrepreneurship. But
As long as they knew
they
what to
was
do with
taught
that
on
money.
for us to work all their life, and
Right.
that's just not where it's at. Because you got still people out here that's grandparents that's still out here working in their 70s and 80 years old when they
Mm-hmm.
should be living their life in retirement, seeing their grandkids when they want to see them. And if they got grandkids spending great grandkids spending time with them, they should not still be working. But
That's a lot of the
we at a
times
generation now.
when you see generations doing it correctly though, you got the grandparents home with some of the great grandkids and stuff. Like
Yep.
they ain't even putting them in school no more because the grandparents want them home because that's what they want to do. They want to teach them. They want to give them that wisdom, and it's a lot. It's a lot. That's another conversation today. We're gonna close out our show with talking, just giving y'all just a positive notion on how to move forward from any type of vindication or any vengeful thoughts that you have for someone that you've perceived to have wronged you, or if they have wronged you, ways to forgive them. So if you've tuned into the show today, we've talked about several different ways to forgive and ways that people can expose you to vengeful acts. The most important thing is
You went out, Queen.
is
There it is.
every time somebody try to call my phone while we doing this,
You must say put it on mute today. You
I
must say
did.
put it
It's
on
on mute.
silent.
And it's
It's
on
on.
mute. I don't know why I don't know why it's still doing that. That's crazy. But yes, I just want to make sure we have an understanding, a clear understanding that being vengeful makes your life harder. You're bringing negative thoughts into your mind, your thought process all the time, and you're living a negative lifestyle because you're worried so much on how to get back at somebody. Cut it out. Cut it out. Heal yourself. Work on yourself so that you can benefit further on a positive note and continue to go toward your goals. Queen, give
Live
them,
life, man. Man, you want to be able to live life. You want to be able to smile and all that. Look, I like to laugh as Clean King players tell me. All you want to do is god darn laugh. Show do, show do.
You know,
I
it
have
works.
learned how to take stuff and just laugh about the negative, the good, the bad, the ugly, because I didn't learn. Man, it's a new day the next day. So whatever happened the day before is already in the past. I'm trying to live in the present so I can prepare for the future. And that's just where I'm at. Because if me living in the past, I can't be mad at nobody that done done something to me. You got to keep moving because that's too much energy, as I said before. Too much energy. You wasting time on something that you can be doing something productive to better your life and to make you happy.
That's
And
right.
I'm just about being happy, joyful, prosperous, successful, loving, kind, friendly, all that stuff that comes good. Because look, when you feel those things and you live those things, you just get more years added onto your life.
And
That's how
it's a bonus.
and I mean it's a real bonus.
It's a
And
real
people
bonus just to feel good about being good. Like
that part.
I don't,
And people can feel it. It's like it be. I always pray, God, let my joyful spirit, let it be contagious. Let it be contagious, God. I want it to be so contagious. They may be over there rolling their eyes, but when they see me walk in the door, they can't help but be like, God darn, that goddamn queen. See, man, this girl, I can't even be mad. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. I want it to be I want it to be contagious like that. Because, man, look, as we said at the beginning, y'all, 2021 has been good.
That's right. Been good.
And we want to continue to let it be good. So forgive yourself first, then forgive the ones that done you wrong. Matter of fact, write you an affirmation down and read it for the next 21 days to yourself out loud.
If you don't already do that, do it. If you don't
if you ain't already do it.
And it's not a 21-day process, because some people that might be too long. Start off with a 7-day process.
7 days.
Start off
3 days.
Start off three. But it always supposed to be like an odd number.
Yeah, odd number.
But give yourself a time frame to constantly remind yourself of the goodness that you carry.
Yeah,
a wonderful affirmation will get you through so many negative thoughts you wouldn't even believe, y'all. I promise you.
And look, YouTube got a lot of them.
Yeah,
I listen to them constantly every day. It's so many of it's people on there that you don't know. It's celebrities on there that's speaking affirmations or just really motivational speeches that's just like 12 minutes or something like that. And or like I say, write one out yourself. I wrote one out for myself.
That's right.
Just write one out for yourself and just speak it, because man, look, I'm in the car with it on. And what I didn't really learn, putting them in your ear so you can knock out all the distractions around you. Get your earplugs, listen to it in your ear so you can knock out all distractions. But I'm telling you, it worked.
And to close it out, I'm gonna say this to y'all, because Queen said a great thing when she said, because it reminded me of a quote I put up the other day. When a leader walks in the room, the followers feel intimidated, the snakes feel threatened, but the next leaders feel inspired.
Come on now, let's go.
That note, we're gonna let y'all get out of here. SW Podcast. We will catch y'all next week. We love you. We like you. We appreciate y'all on every Wednesday that y'all give us y'all time. Thank y'all so much. Queen.
Peace up. 100 episode is next week, y'all.
Next Wednesday, y'all. 100 episode. Make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna have a special guest on there, so y'all make sure y'all tune in for 100 episode, y'all. 6:30 next Wednesday. Woo! Wow. Episode 100. Woo! Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one though. Peace.